When is Tiger Shroff carrying the legacy of Bruce Lee forward on an international stage?
There are definitely some solid talks in the pipeline. I've had the privilege and chance to meet a lot of esteemed people from there, and they seem to be very interested in what I do. Ever since Jackie Chan, there hasn't been a crossover action hero per se, in this space at least. I don't think there's anybody in my age category right now in terms of the action hero genre space.
You're talking about Spider-Man, and I'm imagining like Tiger Shroff as maybe the next Spider-Man.
I had auditioned for Spider-Man. I had sent them my tapes also and my show reel, and they were quite impressed as to what I could do. And my pitch to them was that I'd save you a lot of money on your VFX because I can do most of what Spider-Man can do. I was quite close to being a part of that. Hi guys, this is Tiger Shroff, and you're watching Connect FM Canada with Faridoon. Stay connected, guys.
All right, so Tiger, coming to your top 5 films of all times, films that you have loved watching, idolized, maybe watched again and again. They've made a difference to your life. Maybe there's a dialogue that has stayed with you and has inspired you. Maybe a scene that has always inspired you and you've wanted to emulate or maybe better. So let's have top 5 films of Tiger Shroff.
The top 5 films, they vary on the spectrum. Really, it's so I would say, because growing up in my house and being so heavily influenced by my father, I would say Parinda being one of
Right,
my
of
top.
course.
Um, I would say Enter the Dragon was
Okay, so let's take one film at a time. So why Parinda? What?
Parinda because of just the again the world Mr. Vinod Chopra had created. The characters, each character had such strong backstories and so much impact. It
Of course.
it's not like one character stuck out in that film. Every character, you know, just added layers and layers to the film, and everybody was on top of their game, I think, in that film. So everything just came together so beautifully in Parinda. Every scene, every frame was just, I think, you know, a school for us actors, and I think so much to learn from.
And
So
it is said one of the best performances of Jackie sir.
yeah, a funny story is that I was born that year, I think 1990, and my father had got Best Actor at the film fair for that, and he had taken me up on stage as an infant. So that's one memory which well, I don't have that memory because I was too young, but I've seen, it's on YouTube, those videos, so it's quite nostalgic, really. So that's definitely.
That particular scene, I think it's in the other scene where all those pigeons they're flying towards the climax. I,
Yes,
I
sir.
think it's iconic. Maybe I think that particular scene
Oh
is
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Especially that climax, like you just said, is just so strong in my head, and my father's expressions, and of course Nana Patekar ji, the way he had performed that scene. There was just so much impact that it's just so vivid and it's so clear in my head. I can watch that scene again and again.
fantastic. Okay, second one is Enter the Dragon. You're saying.
Enter the Dragon, obviously, because I think that film sort of changed my life, and I I sort of knew what I wanted to be, what I wanted to do, not as an actor, but how I wanted to sort of lead my life, what I wanted to look like, and I was just fascinated by what Bruce Lee did, because we had never seen anything like that. What he brought to celluloid, and that form of expression, that form of physical expression, that was so engraved in my subconscious that I knew this is the blueprint that I want to follow. This is what I want to be, what I want to look like. I want to possess these skills. So that's when it sort of changed my life. I think I was around 4 years old, and I got into my martial arts journey and started practicing. And I picked up things a lot faster than my classmates and this and that. So it got me a little bit of attention also in school, because it was something that I could excel at. And so I would say that film definitely had a huge inspiration, and it was a huge trigger for me in my life.
Okay, so when is Tiger Shroff carrying the legacy of Bruce Lee forward on an international stage? We've spoken about your Hollywood debut earlier and that your aspirations, but I'm sure that you would want to take Bruce Lee's legacy forward.
So fingers crossed. I mean, there are definitely some solid talks in the pipeline. I've had the privilege and chance to meet a lot of esteemed people from there, and they seem to be very interested in what I do. And there is a void in the action genre, especially in terms of the action that I do in my films. Ever since Jackie Chan, there hasn't been a crossover action hero per se, in this space at least. I mean, we have the amazing Tom Cruise, we have the likes of Jason Statham, Sylvester Stallone, obviously huge mega stars and amazing in the action genre. But I think they're quite senior in in the industry. I don't think there's anybody in my age category right now in terms of the action hero genre space. So that's something that I'm hoping to explore. I'm hoping to express my talents on the Western stage, and hopefully represent our country someday soon. That's my goal.
No, definitely. This is something that all of us were waiting for with bated breath. All right, so third film.
Third film, I'm a big superhero fan. Especially Spider-Man. Again,
Yeah.
I remember seeing Sam Raimi's Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. That was the first Spider-Man I saw, and I was just blown away by Sam Raimi's vision and his storytelling of Spider-Man, of the emotion that character had, how human Spider-Man was, how vulnerable he was. I that for me, I was very young, and I just felt so much for that character. And obviously visually we had not seen anything like that. So it was something that blew my mind. And it's very aspirational, films like that, the underdog superhero. It's very aspirational, and I sort of try and imbibe those qualities in my own life.
With this fascination for say Oriental now, and say Asian heroes, especially in say Hollywood. You're talking about Spider-Man, and I'm imagining like Tiger Shroff as maybe the next Spider-Man, because that is something that it's something that's very imaginable, and I'm sure that you would love to dig your teeth into something of that nature.
I mean, if I tell you, you probably won't believe me, but I had auditioned for Spider-Man. I had sent them my tapes also, and my show reel, and they were quite impressed as to what I could do. And my pitch to them was that I'd save you a lot of money on your VFX, because I can do most of what Spider-Man can do. so so yeah,
That's
I
absolutely
got pretty
true.
close, and I got called back. And unfortunately for the franchise, obviously they have an amazing cast now, but I was quite close to being a part of that.
Maybe the next one. Maybe the next one. But I
Let's
genuinely
go.
hope that it happens. All right, the fourth one.
Fourth one. Wow, this is very tough. See, as an action buff. If you're not inspired by the Rocky franchise, then I think you have to go and watch that, because that's like a Bible for me. In terms of my mold as an action hero. Sylvester Stallone has he brings the right balance of that vulnerability, that heroism, in terms of what he stands for, what he represents, the goodness in all his characters, um, and of course the physical package that he brings. We had never seen anything like that in in those days. And then the way he sort of took that one character, and till date that character is so relevant in everybody's lives and so fresh in everybody's minds. So the impact that he's created the Rocky franchise, in terms of not only just the visual but also the audio. I mean, it's perhaps on everybody's gym playlist. It's so
Of
inspiring. It's
course,
so
of course, of course. I have the tiger.
aspirational. Yeah, exactly. And so Rocky definitely being a strong contender in there. And
Okay, and Tiger, what is the latest on Rambo remake?
the latest on
You're talking about
Rambo
Sylvester
is,
Stallone. I think we'll have to.
I myself have to sort of dig my teeth into Rambo again very soon. Right now, I have just completed Gunpat, and I will be filming Badi Mian Chote Mian before that, and then
Of
I get
course.
into Rambo. So there's still a while for Rambo. I think I start in May next year. But what Siddharth Anand, what Rohit Dhawan has done with the script, is definitely going to be a treat for the audiences, and it's definitely going to be a spectacle in terms of action that we've never seen before.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
I'm quite confident about that one. Yeah,
And you'll save a lot of money with the action by doing it yourself.
yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
All right. And fifth film.
Again, because I'm so heavily, actually, I have two. I'm gonna have to say Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a huge fan of Steven Spielberg and his vision. And Back to the Future specifically, again, because of the characters. I'm a huge fan of Michael J. Fox as an actor. I love that youthful energy he brings to his characters. I love how he uses space as an actor. You know, he's he's just outstanding in every scene. And if you've seen that movie, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Of
Every
course.
time
Of course.
he just brings it alive. And yeah, huge fan of Michael J. Fox.
You said two films.
I was going to say Rumble in the Bronx. That was Jackie Chan's crossover film from the East to the West. That's what broke him into a Hollywood superstardom. So I would say Rumble in the Bronx, because we hadn't seen anything like that. I mean, doing action is one thing. Doing action comedy is a totally different ball game altogether. It's not easy to express, not only with the face but also with the whole body while doing action. So he makes it look so easy, and I think he's one of the most underrated actors, Jackie Chan. He's such a brilliant actor that we don't realize the genius that his timing is something that very few can do.
Right. So, you talk about the comedy part of it. Over the years, the way you have literally discovered your comic timing, both in real life as well as obviously in movies, is something that is very, very fascinating. I think your interviews tend to be you can be very funny. I saw the Coffee with Karan recently, and even in my interviews in the past, I think you have those one-liners which can be like literally hilarious.
I mean, that I credit to you, because you make me comfortable. Like I said, I like your interviews. I enjoy the process, and I'm comfortable talking to you. So maybe that's why. So I can't take the credit for that.
No, you should definitely, because I think basically I'm saying that from your first interview for heropanti that we did, you're this shy person, and the way you're gradually coming out and evolving, especially in terms of sense of humor and like say witty one-liners, especially the ones that you have for Kriti Sanon, I think they are hilarious, and a lot of us.
Thanks.